Hi, I'm Nina, and welcome to another Chair Yoga with Nina G. I'm so glad that you decided to join me. Today's practice is about reveling in the joy that's all around us. So we're going to release tension in the body to allow the joy to come in. And joy is very much an embodied emotion, right? We don't walk into a room and say, yeah, I'm joyful. But instead, joy brings us a spring in our step, perhaps a smile on our face. It lifts us up. So we're going to work with that idea today. Grab your chair. We'll get started. Let's make our way to the chair, and we'll sit towards the edge of the chair just to start. Sit up tall, let your hands rest in your lap, kind of settle in, maybe adjust a little bit side to side, feeling those sitting bones on the chair seat. Feel the feet on the floor. So I'm towards the edge of my chair and my feet are on the floor. And I'm going to inhale, reach my arms forward and up and flex my feet. And then as we exhale, we're just going to float it right back down. Arms come down, the toes lower. So as I reach up with my arms, I'm also lifting up the front of my foot. My heels are staying down. And I'm going to exhale, float everything back down. 2 more. And we know that up could be anywhere. Whatever up feels good for your shoulders today. Lower everything back down. Now let's keep the feet down. We'll take just the arms up. And we can keep them in a cactus. We can reach them long, or we could interlace the fingers, turn the palms away. Sit up a little bit taller. Push into the feet, push into the sitting bones. Take an inhale here. And exhale, soften the elbows a little bit. Let's try that again. 2 more breaths like this. Finding that length in the spine, length in the side body. And then we'll release those fingers, float the arms down. Let's turn the hands at the wrists. Make sure we go in both directions. And then let's pick up one foot and turn the foot at the ankle. And then let's do the other foot. And now let's slide back in our chair, connecting our feet to the floor either directly or with a prop. I'm using my block, of course. Sit here, turn the palms up, and check in with how the body feels right now. Noticing sensations in the upper back, in the arms. Just checking in with how everything feels. And then tune your attention to your breath and work to slow it down, even it out. And now we'll stack those palms at heart center and take a moment to set an intention for today's practice. It might be this idea of joy, of finding joy. Or it might be anything else that's important to you, your intention. But bring it to the front of your mind, to the front of your heart. And then we'll release those hands back down to the lap. And we're going to slide forward to the edge of the chair again. I'm going to move that block out of the way. Just put it off to the side and connect my feet back to the earth. Sitting up tall again, pushing down into the feet, maybe a little shift side to side to feel that length in the spine. Really working to find all of that space in the side body and in the spine. Now, let's reach our arms forward almost like we have a beach ball between the palms, and we're going to push down. As we push down with this beach ball, I want you to engage those abdominal muscles. So there's work happening here, right? Let's take an inhale. Let's give it a try. As we exhale, we're going to push down, engaging these core muscles. And then inhale, Release the muscles and bring the arms back up. Let's try it again. Imaginary beach ball, kind of between your palms. Take an inhale. Exhale, push down. So your feet are pushing down, your arms are pushing down, core is engaged. And then the inhale will release the core, arms float back up. Let's try one more time. Inhale here. Exhale, push down, push down, push down. Almost like we're pushing it through water. And then inhale, come on back up. Let's float the hands back down to the lap. Take a circle with those shoulders. Release any tension. And we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to add on now. So we're connected to the earth. We're connected to the chair. We've got our arms forward. Let's take a big inhale with our beach ball. Exhale, push down, engaging the core. Now, as we come up this time, we're going to open the arms wide. Look to the right. Palms are up. Exhale, hands come back front and push down. Inhale, open wide. Look to the left. Exhale, the hands come back together. We push down on that imaginary ball. Core is engaged. Inhale, we release the ball. The arms open wide. We turn the head to the right. Do it again. So work at your pace, your breath. You might be going a little bit faster, a little bit slower than I am. Pushing down, engaging the core. You could even round the spine a little bit. And then open wide, look to the right, get tall. Exhale, push down. Inhale, open wide, look to the left. Let's do one more in each direction now that we know what to do. And then we're going to push those arms down. We've got the spine rounded, core is engaged, and we're going to stack those palms on the abdomen. Sit up tall. Take a breath here. And then release those hands back down to the lap. Moving to a little bit of a twist now. Let's take our arms to cactus arms. Cactus arms. Let's take an inhale, get taller. Think about that. Lengthen the side body, lengthen the spine. As we exhale, I'm going to twist to my right. And I'm twisting, it's like my mid to upper back is doing this twist. I'm only going as far as is comfortable. My head is kind of following along. And then the inhale comes back through center. And we'll exhale in the other direction now. Try that again. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale back through center. Exhale, twist in the other direction. And then return to center. Release those arms down to your lap. Notice how those arms feel. They've been doing some work. And we'll put the palms down in our lap. We're going to move to a little bit of cat and cow. With our hands down, we'll inhale, fill up the belly, arch the back. Think about lifting the sternum, the chin, and the gaze. And as we exhale, we bring our attention back to those abdominals, bringing belly button back, rounding the spine, dropping the chin. Let's try it again. Push into the feet. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Again, following your breath. Knowing that it can't be wrong. We'll do one more like that. And then push into the feet and come back to that tall spine. Let's release the arms down alongside the body now. And we can, if we want, rest the hands on the chair or on the lap. But we'll start with one hand. I'm going to start with my left so that you can see where my right is. I can keep my right hand right here. And I'm going to inhale, take it up and over. Now, this can be a very long arm up and over kind of thing, or it could be a cactus arm. It depends on your shoulder. And then we're going to come on back down. So let's try that with the breath. Let the inhale reach you up and over. Both sitting bones are on the chair. And then the exhale will return you to that nice tall spine. Now, when I have my right hand down here on the chair, I'm pushing down into that hand so that my left sitting bone stays on the chair. I don't want to tip over. I want both sitting bones on the chair. Now we're going to do this one more time and stay in that side body stretch. Breathing here, feeling that space in the left side of the rib cage. And then float that arm back down. Let it rest in your lap. Both hands rest in your lap. And take a moment to notice the difference in the size. Doesn't it feel like you've got a lot more space on that left side now? So we come to the other side. Same thing. I've got my arm ready. This first round, I see what I can do. Do I want to have a cactus arm? Do I want to have a long arm? What is it? And then come on back and make those adjustments because we know it's going to be different on each side. We'll do one more up and down. And then we're going to stay in that side body stretch. Stay here. And then float that arm down. Let both arms rest in the lap. Pause and check in with how that feels. Let's drop the chin to the chest for a moment. Let the back of the neck be long. And then very slowly lift the crown of the head back to the ceiling. We'll take a circle or two with those shoulders. And now we're going to make our way to standing. Once we come to standing, we need to clear our workspace. We're going to push this chair out of the way, not too far out of the way, because we will be using it for some of this practice, but right now I'm just moving it out of the way so that you can see me better and my floor space is clear. No tripping hazards. You know how I feel about that. Let's come to mountain pose. Feet are straight ahead. And let's do a little shift side to side, just finding that connection to the earth. And then you might do a little shift front back. And then come to stillness. And let's soften the knees a little bit, maybe round the spine, drop the chin. You know, almost like a little slump. And then push into the feet. Straighten up tall. Crown of the head reaches for the ceiling. Shoulders come down. Let's try that again. So it's a little slump. And then push into the feet, get tall. One more time. Push into the feet, get tall. There you go. Keep this length, right? This is really important. We're in our mountain pose. We're going to move back to that beach ball that we were working with before. So we're going to take those arms forward and again, pushing down through the water with our imaginary beach ball. Push down, engage the core. So these muscles are working as I push down. And then as I inhale, the ball comes up, the arms go wide. I'm going to turn and look over my right thumb. Exhale, hands come back together, push down, core engages. Inhale, open wide, look the other way. Okay, now this time as we push down, maybe soften those knees a little bit, round the spine a little bit. Yeah, that little slump again. And then inhale, open wide, look right. Try it again, push down, use your core, pushing, pushing. Inhale wide, look the other way. Your pace might be a little faster, a little slower than mine. That's okay. We'll do one more in each direction, engaging that core, push down, open wide. And then bring those hands back to center, release them down by your side. Pause and check in. Notice the energy in the body now. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a balancing pose here, coming up onto our toes. So in my case, I think the wall behind me is the best source of support if I need it. So if I'm going to fall, boom, I'll fall right back on that wall. But come to mountain pose again, mountain pose. We'll circle and sweep the arms up and come up onto our toes. Now, you might be here, or you might have those arms all the way overhead, or you might interlace fingers, turn the palms up. But we're going to stay up on our toes, pushing up through the palms. And we're going to inhale, maybe reach a little taller, reach the palms up, maybe come up higher. Exhale, soften the elbows, lower the heels a little bit. Reach up again. And then soften on the exhale. We're going to do 2 more breaths like that. And then lower those heels all the way down, soften the elbows, release the hands. Let the arms rest down by your side. Take a breath. Okay, moving to a little sun flow now. Let's start behind the chair. So you can step to behind your chair, or if you needed to move your chair, you can turn your chair. But we're going to start here, and then we have an option to change once we get started. We're going to come back to our mountain pose. Feet are parallel, straight ahead. There's about 1 of your fists distance between the 2 feet. So here's where I am. Now we're going to take those arms forward. Palms are facing each other, thumbs are up, and we're at shoulder height. The inhale is going to reach the arms up. We might even look up. Here's a little back bend. And then we're going to exhale, bring those arms right back down to where they were. Spine is tall. Inhale, open arms wide. Maybe another back bend here. Exhale, return. Inhale, reach arms up, look up. And this time as we exhale, we're going to soften into those knees and we're going to fold to the back of the chair. You can even stack your palms, let your head rest here. Stay here for an inhale. And an exhale. And then on your next inhale, reach those arms forward and up. Come all the way up. Back bend. Return, tall spine. Open wide. And return. Reach up, look up. And fold. Come on down. You can stack the palms, let your head rest. Stay here for an inhale and an exhale. And then push into the feet and make your way back up to standing. Okay, so we can continue that way. We're going to do it 2 more times. Or you could walk to the other side of your chair and we fold to the seat of the chair. Again, if you can just walk to the other side, that's probably a lot easier than moving furniture. So same thing, but when we fold this time, we'll be folding to the seat of the chair. We can keep our palms on the chair. We don't need to bring our forehead down. We come to our mountain pose. You might be on this side, you might be on that side. Both are good. Arms are forward, thumbs are up. Inhale, reach up, look up. And exhale, return. Inhale, open wide, lift up the heart. And return. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, soften into the knees. Take that fold to the seat of the chair. Stay here for an inhale. And an exhale. Push into the feet. Inhale, reach those arms forward and all the way up. Exhale, return to shoulder height. Tall spine. Open arms wide and return. Open arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale, soften into the knees. Let's come to that forward fold. Hands come to the seat of the chair. We're going to stay here for an inhale and an exhale. And then we're going to push into the feet and make our way back up to standing. And then once you get there, notice that energy and the way it's moving around in the body. It's a little bit of a lift now, kind of energized. Okay, now we're going to move to Warrior One, and in this case, we probably want the back end of the chair towards us. So again, I'm moving furniture. You can probably walk to the other side. Chair's in front of you only if you need it. Fingertip control. We don't want to put all our weight here, but we want to help. If we need help balance, this can help us with our balancing. Let us start with the right foot forward, left foot back in our Warrior One posture here. So you'll notice that I have plenty of room for my hips. My feet are on train tracks, not a balance beam. There's some space there. My right foot is forward, my left foot is back. I'm going to take my arms up. It might be a cactus, it might be arms all the way overhead. Push down into both feet. Think about length in the side body, length in the spine, getting as tall as we can be. And then with that right foot forward, we might grab the left wrist and lean to the right, or if we're in cactus arms, we might bring those left fingers to the shoulder and lift up the left elbow. Breathing here, again, dealing with lengthening that left side of the rib cage. And then let's come back to center. Let's all take our arms down to cactus arms. We all have cactus arms now, and we're going to twist to the right. Just a real soft twist to the right. It's not going to be very deep. And here's the mid to upper back doing some work here. And then untwist, come back to center. You can bring your hands down to the back of the chair. Step back, foot forward. Notice the difference between the sides right now. Okay, we're going to do the other side. I'm going to turn around, but you can just use your other leg. Left foot forward, right foot back. Find Warrior One on this side. Give yourself room for those hips. Add arms in when you're ready. It might be here, it might be here. The left foot is forward. We lean to the left. I'm grabbing my right wrist, leaning to the left. Pushing down into my right heel, feeling all of this wonderful space on the right side of my rib cage. And then we come back to center. We can release those wrists. Everybody comes down to cactus arms now. And we're going to take a real soft twist. Think about getting tall and then twisting to the left. No prying, no forcing, just going. It might just be an inch or two off center. And then come back to center. You can bring your fingertips to the back of the chair. Step that back foot forward. Pause and check in. Okay, we're going to come back to Warrior One. Right side again, right side again. Right foot forward, left foot back. Find your Warrior One, right? We know this is a very strong pose. We've been here today already. Find it again. This time we're going to take those arms into the shape of a letter V. So if you look at me straight on, this is the letter V, and you see that my arms are engaged all the way to the fingertips. If V is not for you and your shoulders, take it down, but keep those arms engaged. So here's our letter V. All the way up to my fingertips, my arms are working. And then once we're there, we can open up, lifting the sternum, the chin, the gaze. This becomes a little bit of a back bend. Now let's take the arms into the shape of a W. So now the elbows are below the line of the shoulders. It's not a cactus arm, it's a W. Same thing with the back bend though. And then let's straighten out the spine now. No more back bend. I'm just turning so you can see better. Bring those elbows into the rib cage. Palms are up, fingertips pointing away. I call this the letter L. Or maybe it's this side is the L, but it's the letter L. Tall spine, breathe here. And then bring palms together, thumbs to heart center. Shift your weight into the front foot, step your back foot forward. And release the arms. Other side. Left foot forward, right foot back. Find your warrior one. And then we take it to that letter V. The letter V, and the arms are engaged all the way to the fingertips, whether we're here or here. And then we find it and we lift the sternum, the chin, and the gaze, bringing us into this back bend. Keep breathing, those nice, smooth, even breaths. Now we're going to take it to the letter W. Elbows come down. Still energy through the fingertips. Still in that back bend. Now the letter L. Elbows come in. Spine straightens. Palms are forward and up. Shoulders down. The letter L. Bring palms together. Thumbs rest on the sternum. Shift the weight into that front foot. Step back foot forward. Release from the pose. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Okay. Let's do a little warrior two. A wide stance. Comfortably wide. I'm going to turn my right toes out. Bend that front knee so that my knee is over my ankle. Here are my arms, my wide warrior two arms. Shoulders down from the ears. Now we're going to play with this a little bit. So, keeping that knee the way it is, let's reach our arms forward, palms face each other. We're going to come back to those sun flow arms. As we inhale, we're going to reach the arms up, push into that front leg, straighten it up. Reach up, maybe look up. And then exhale, bend the knee, bring the arms right back down to shoulder height. Keep the knee bent, open the arms wide now. You can look up. And then return the arms forward. Let's reach the arms up one more time. And this time we're just going to float them down. You can turn the palms down, turn the head, look over middle finger of that right hand, coming back to our warrior two. We'll try it one more time now that we know what to do. So the leg stays bent, we reach the arms forward. Palms face each other. Inhale, push into that front leg, straighten it out, reach up. Exhale, bend the knee, arms come back down, shoulder height. Keep the knee and the legs the way they are, open wide, maybe look up. And return, legs stay the same. Reach up, look up. And from here, we just float the arms down wide, coming back to our warrior two, turning the head to look over middle finger of the right hand. Float the arms down, straighten the leg, turn toes straight ahead. Pause in the middle, because we know we have to do the other side. Left toes turn out, right toes turn in slightly. We bend that front knee, we find warrior two. This is one of those poses that we visit a lot, so we probably know where we want to be. Okay, let's start to play with it. Reach the arms forward, palms face each other. On your inhale, push into that front leg, straighten it, reach up, look up. Exhale, bend the knee, come on back down. Keep the legs as they are now. Inhale wide, look up. Exhale, return. Inhale, reach up, look up. And this time we just float them wide, let them come back to our warrior two. Gentle gaze, middle finger, left hand. Warrior two. Okay, we're going to do that one last time. Reach those arms forward, palms face each other. When you're ready, inhale, straighten the front leg, reach up, look up. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the arms back down to shoulder height. Keep the legs as they are, open wide, look up. And return. Keep the legs as they are. Reach up, look up. And this time we float them down, turn the palms down, coming into our warrior two, turning the head, gentle gaze over the middle finger of that left hand. Float the arms down, straighten the leg. Let's turn toes straight ahead. Pause here. And then we're going to heel toe our feet together or step together. Notice what the energy is like in the body right now. Feel that there's a little space for some joy in there? I hope so. Okay, last thing we're going to do before we sit down is a little spring in our step. We talked about this, right? We're going to step one foot forward and then bring it back and then the other. And you can do opposite hand, opposite leg. So I'm tapping and I'm returning. And we can stay right here. And if this is too big a move for you, just lift one heel and then the other. So we're doing a little contralateral work for the brain. You know that's always important. Now, if you're stepping forward and this is working out well, you might add a little spring, a little lift, a little spring, a little skip. And you can make it as big or as little as you want. You can let those arms go to the ceiling. You can lift, finding a little space between your foot and the floor. Notice what your breath is like now. And then wherever we are, let's start to slow it down. Spring in your step, spring in your step, spring in your step. Start to slow it down. And come back to stillness. Let's meet in our chairs now. So we're back in our chairs now. Let's connect our feet to the earth and slide back in our chair and settle in to notice how the body feels. Turn the palms up in your lap. Let the shoulders come down. We still have that tall spine. We still have all that length in the side body. And the invitation is to soften or close your eyes. And notice how you feel now compared to when we started. Have we been able to release some tension in the body to allow the joy to come in? I certainly hope so. Come back to the smooth and even breath. And now let's stack those palms at heart center and take a moment to recall that intention that we said at the beginning of our class. And then we'll release those hands back down to the lap. Softly blink open the eyes if they were closed. And let's slide to the edge of our chair, putting our feet directly on the earth. Let's bring those palms together to unite left and right halves of the body and let the thumbs rest on the sternum. Get long in that side body again, long in the spine. Tuck your chin and thank yourself for taking time out of your busy day to practice yoga. And it's my hope that this practice allows us to see all of that joy flowing around us, allows us to see it and participate in it. Take care, my friends. Stay well. I'll see you again soon. Stay joyful.